Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership insight for you today is put your mask on first, building hope. Even though most of us haven't been flying much in the past 8 months, we are all familiar with the safety guidelines shared by flight attendants before an airplane takes off. In the event of an emergency, where supplemental oxygen may be needed, a mask is going to drop from the overhead cabin, and you should put on your own mask before you help children, the disabled, or anyone else needing assistance. And know that the oxygen is flowing, even if the plastic bag doesn't inflate. This is a safety precaution that is life supporting when the aircraft is in the middle of a crisis. And it's especially good advice for leaders to follow through the ongoing pandemic and political transition that we're in the midst of now. And there are 3 steps to focus on here. The first is recognizing you need your mask. Now, this step requires feedback and awareness of how you're coming across to others. Many people are feeling the impact of these times economically, socially, emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. And it's manifested by lack of finances, lack of flexibility, lack of freedom to do the things that we used to do and long to do. And it results in mood swings such as irritability, confusion, indecision, anger, tiredness, boredom, even depression. And as a leader, you are used to presenting yourself as having your emotions together. But now you're weary, you struggle to put on a confident face to meet with your team, even for a virtual meeting, and your brain just isn't functioning as quickly as it did before. You might even feel a social stigma to admit your need and your feelings while you're silently wondering how others are coping. That leads to the second step of actually putting your mask on. So once you recognize these signs that you need a mask, you do have to indeed put it on. Now, it seems elementary, but sometimes we resist taking action when we need help because we may not know actually how to identify what help is needed. Many people today are getting help by seeing a therapist or taking prescribed medication. They're exercising, spending time in nature, resting, maybe watching comedies, praying, reading scriptures, engaging virtually with family and friends, practicing a favorite pastime, or finding new hobbies. At this time of the year, they're also being thankful for things they used to take for granted. That leads to the third step, actually putting your team's mask on. Only when you put your mask on and keep it on can you, as a leader, help your team. So, this is a bit like really admitting your vulnerability. Only when you do that can you become more empathic and authentic. So, you demonstrate empathy when you sense others' feelings and perspectives and take an active interest in your concerns. How well are you doing that with your team? Taking an interest in their concerns and understanding what's on their minds. And you demonstrate authenticity when you set aside your ego to share genuinely and put people at ease. So you are really sharing with your team a bit about what you're going through and finding out how they're experiencing it. Remember that each member of your team is experiencing a sense of loss or a challenge they've never had before, and even new opportunities. They're finding that their positions and their priorities are shifting both at work and at home. And as you share with them how you are putting your mask on, it may encourage them to do the same. And now the bonus step for you, and that is building hope in a better future. Hope enables your team to think optimistically about their future, even in the midst of present realities. Hope enables your team to focus on the things that they can control instead of the things that they can't control. And to engage your team in building hope, you need to revisit your goals in the light of the many environmental influences to ensure that they are realistic. Set stretch goals where it's appropriate, develop a plan to meet those goals, giving due consideration, quite frankly, to potential shifts in the conditions required to accomplish them. Be flexible, be adaptable, be open to new ideas and approaches. So recognize the signs of danger, care for yourself first so you can care for your team, and build hope. Thanks for listening.